Recognition Award honors a professional who has assisted clients in a specialty area such as eating disorders, chemical dependency, or mental health. Lissa Franklin has been selected as the recipient of the Spirit Recognition Award. Lissa entered long-term recovery February 1st, 2012, and a few short months later, she enrolled at Broward College. Fearful because of previous academic disturbances due to substance use, she took a leap of faith. While there, she became president of the Psychology Club, a member of Phi Theta Kappa Honors Society, and graduated with the highest honors. Upon graduation, she began attending the University of Miami, where she majored in psychology and minored in health sector management, and again, graduated with university honors. While at the University of Miami, she founded and became the president of the collegiate recovery community, U Recovery, at the University of Miami. Lissa's career in the field started as a behavioral health technician at an adolescent treatment facility, where she then became a certified behavioral health technician through the Florida Certification Board. Her path then led her to a business development position where she was afforded the opportunity to network with local professionals like us, and stumbled upon Life of Purpose founder Andrew Berkey. Upon learning about the Life of Purpose treatment model, she knew that was where she was destined to be. Through her own personal experience, Lissa values and appreciates the importance of the interdependence of academia and recovery. Outside of working in the behavioral health field, she is a fully committed Tri-County advocate. Again, get ready, we've got a lot of stuff going on here. She is the chapter lead of Young People in Recovery Miami, on the board of directors for Marvin's Corner Triage. Sorry about that, Lissa. Board member of the Miami-Dade County Substance Use and Recovery Task Force, an active member of both the Southeast Florida Recovery Advocates and the Palm Beach Substance Use Coalition, and was just recently also awarded Broward County Recovery Advocate of the Year by Broward County. Her passion for helping people find and receive the quality treatment they deserve was influenced by her own personal superheroes along her journey. Lissa believes that it is her responsibility to keep hope alive the same way that it was kept alive for her. Recovery and higher education have afforded her the internal drive to achieve excellence, a passion to be a voice for the voiceless, shed positive light on substance use recovery, and the ability to wholeheartedly live life beyond her wildest dreams. Here is what those who know Lissa had to say about her.
One person says, Lissa is relentless in trying to help get girls in need of help off the streets and out of bad situations, no matter what their situation. Another states, Lissa is the embodiment of what it means to truly be a recovery advocate. She gives tirelessly of herself and has a commitment to service that is difficult to capture in words. Many of us have watched her continue to fight for individuals and communities alike while simultaneously battling cancer and finishing school at the University of Miami. And one last person says, Lissa's spirit for helping people impacted by addiction seems to be unlimited. Between her work as president and founder of the Collegiate Recovery Community Group at the University of Miami, as chapter lead of People in Recovery, her outreach through Life of Purpose, her personal involvement in the recovery community, and her never-ending advocacy, which most of us don't even know about. But Lissa doesn't do it for the recognition. She does it because it's just who she is at the core. In fact, what probably frustrates Lissa most about battling cancer is the fact that it takes time away from her service and advocacy work. Yeah. These purple flowers up here, Lissa, were sent by your grandmother, who cannot be here today. She remembered that purple is the color for addiction recovery awareness, which is another example of how Lissa literally educates everyone. At this time, I present the Spirit Recognition Award to Lissa Franklin.
Because I'm actually a cream puff. I want to thank Acadia, Sierra Tucson Wellness, for this event, for this award, and I also know a lot of people that are really important in my life that are products of those programs. Obviously, I'm going to thank Life with Purpose. They've helped me get where I am professionally, academically, and mentally. They are my family. I can't imagine my life without them. They're my number ones. They've supported me through my school. They've supported me with my cancer treatment. Probably more than I'd like, because they do make me step back and take time off, and I'm like, no, I can do it. And then obviously to my family that's sitting over there, for never giving up on me. And my colleagues that nominated me, that's so cool and that's so crazy, because I've seen so many of you come up here and get this. I never thought, you never think you'll be in this position. And it's like a win for all of us, because I learned from so many of you. So many of my superheroes are all in this room, which is so cool. This blows my mind. It is awkward, because I don't do any of this for recognition. You just do it because it's the right thing to do. But you can use these opportunities as platforms for change, like call to action, and inspire work through others. So, that's kind of what I was going to do with this. My entire recovery, I've always thought, I could do more, I can do more, I can do more. I always look for ways to get involved. I always helped whoever I could, and it was taking the transformational thinking and morphing it into transformational doing. That's how I got involved with young people in recovery. It's a national grassroots advocacy movement that aims to educate, advocate, and empower people who are young in their recovery. And what that looks like is we'll put on housing workshops, like how to find appropriate housing, employment workshops, how to tie a tie, how to fill out a resume, how to talk about your recovery in an empowering way, because in interviews, if there's ever a lapse in employment, usually for people like us, it's because you're either in jail or treatment, and it's how to use that, to your advantage. Then I got involved in collegiate recovery, which is so awesome, and I'm getting an adrenaline rush thinking about it. But those are peer-led groups of people in recovery on college campuses, across the U.S. They're housed under the Association of Recovery and Higher Education, and there's over 250 right now across the country. And what's cool about them is you have autonomy within the groups. I'll talk about the one that we have going on there. It's open to anybody. So people who are in recovery and our allies, so people who support students in recovery, and people in recovery abroad. It's people in substance use recovery, mental health, eating disorders. We do a lot of cool things. We have all recovery meetings on campus. We have sober tailgates, Narcan training, lunch and learns. We're trying to push for sober dorms right now. But again, being all inclusive. So it's really difficult to be in early eating disorder recovery living in a dorm room, because a dorm room isn't necessarily conducive to eating disorder recovery, with a small fridge. Processed foods is really all you can keep in there. So the sober dorms would look like having a full kitchen, a full table to have somebody eat with you, a place to cook, full fridges, to keep healthy food. Then after that, I wanted to get even more involved, and I got involved in countywide advocacy. Obviously, everybody here that's local knows there's a lot going on. I'm going to give you a phone number. It's 844-324-5463. That's a Palm Beach County Sober Home Task Force, and a misconception that's been about that is that it's only to report fraudulent sober homes, but you can actually call and report anything from any county. So patient brokering, fraudulent urine analysis, anything going on in treatment centers. It's a really good tool to use, and I hope you use it. Social media is also a really great tool that we've been using, and social media is great for rallying the troops, but what we really need is people to get up and show up to the meetings, to the county commissioners meetings. There's 4 people that consistently show up to the Miami-Dade County Commission meetings, to the point where they don't think it's necessarily an issue, and they told me to my face that heroin has only been a problem in Miami for the last 2 months. I mean, you don't need a research study to know that that is not accurate. But again, that's the next point. I mean, get involved in research. Like, the reason that that Suboxone's getting all this funding is because they're able to show it to the policymakers and the check writers that like XYZ works. Well, so does abstinence-based recovery, so does a lot of other, forms. Like, for example, every school that we put a facility at, we open up an office of substance use, mental health, and recovery research. To pump out that recovery research, to be like, look, this works. Had our treatment model done by an Oxford journal, and with that, we can show that we are operating at a 90% success rate, and that's awesome. I mean, a lot of people bring up Andrew's speech last time he was here, and he talks about how us as an industry had a 90% failure rate, and if that was any other industry, people would be in jail, because if it was like bridges, that wouldn't fly. So we gotta get involved in the research. A lot of this all coincides though with overall breaking the stigma. So it's language, it's how we talk about this, it's how we talk about ourselves. So I say I'm a person in long-term recovery versus I'm an addict, because even though it's the same thing, a person in long-term recovery sounds better. Substance use instead of substance abuse, kind of like the prescription pill epidemic. It's prescription opioid abuse, suggesting that if you abuse it, you'll get addicted, but if you take it as prescribed, you won't get addicted, which we all know, is the issue. But just overall, just get involved. There's so many things to get involved with. There's family programs, there's adolescents, there's youth, there's college, there's professionals. People just need help, and that's what we have to do. We have the resources. There's really 3 main things we need to combat all of this, and it's perseverance, it's compassion, and it's hope. And as long as we never, ever, ever give up, we'll be able to keep hope alive. Thank you.